everybody, it's Tracy. I am ready for my coffee break. I hope you are too. I'm about to show you my new homeschool planner that I got. I have this one that I did a flip through and it's working well for me for this year. I like the new pages I made to work with reverse planning, but I didn't want to have to remake a lot of pages with another planner for the new year that I'm trying to think ahead to. So I thought a lot about making my own and like a Franken planner type thing, and that got me a bit overwhelmed, and I spent a whole day and it was overwhelming. I saw this, I found some YouTube videos on it. I really liked what I saw. I liked how it would work well for tracking and reverse planning. There's some ideas and ways to use it for loop scheduling. The videos that I watched, people were using a Charlotte Mason style, so it just seemed to work well with how I like to learn and work with my kids, and primarily because I'm a bit more of a journaler than I am a planner. And so reverse planning, journaling, those are things that happen after the fact, and I like recording what we have done and keeping it more of a memory keepsake, even though I am using it to think through and make sure I know what we're doing. The planning is a little bit less important to me as the recording of what we've done. So I like having these as keepsakes, and when I went, I saw this was about $10 on Amazon, which I still thought was a great price, but then when I went back to hunt for it again after I watched the videos, I found some for $4, so I ended up buying 4 of these, which was great. Once they came in, they had these book bindings on them, and I knew from a friend and from the reviewers that I could take that, bring it over to Staples, and have them rebind it for me. So I did that. I had them rebind it with the coil. I asked for a plastic cover over the top and on the back, so now it will be durable and hold up a little bit better to the wear and tear. And I also asked them when I got there to photocopy and make extra pages for me. So they have these journal pages in here, and there's about I think 8 or so of them, and I wanted a lot more, again, for journaling sakes. I like to write about our weeks and just record that. So I asked her to make about 12 more of these, and this is how it turned out. It's not really a very good match. I wasn't real excited about how that worked, and I forgot to ask for a heavier paper weight on it too. So next time I definitely will ask. She said a 28-pound paper would be better, but she couldn't really give me a good reason why there was that difference in copy. And she did offer to redo it for me, but I really just didn't want to wait. I had been waiting for about an hour and a half or so, maybe 2 hours, and I wasn't ready to keep waiting. So it'll be fine for now, but the next time I'll definitely ask and be a bit more particular. All total, the cost of everything I had done, plus having it done without having to drop off and pick up, I spent about $15 for the copies, the binding, the covers, all that kind of thing. So I'm about $20 into this one planner. So that's pretty good. I want to make note on the publisher because I could not really find it on the Amazon page, but this is in here, and they have their own Amazon page, an author page, and they have a lot of fun notebooks, a lot of fun journals, and other planners. So you might want to go check that out. Homeschool Life Press, and you can check their author page on Amazon. That was pretty great, and like I said, go check that out because you might find something. If this isn't exactly what you like, but you like the how they put it together, they might have something a little different that fits you well. So that's that. Here's the flip through for those who are looking to see what it's like. There's your title page. I did put a list here, and I'm going to add some more because I've been following and watching YouTube videos on planners, and I'm making note of things I really like in planners so that I can add more if I want. Some of these pages I am going to redo a bit, so now I know what I want to include in those. She has a how to use this page, which is helpful because I like hearing other people's ideas on how they're incorporating different pages and how they use them. It gives me ideas on how I might want to do that. And again, she's offering a lot of flexibility here. She'll give you different ideas on how to use your pages and what the intention was, but how they can be varied. So that's nice. And she calls these the essentials. So I have this curriculum and resource list, and I will plan to use this side for my older students. I have 6 that I'm schooling at home. So this will be a longer list. I'm just going to put my older students here, and I'm going to have my younger students here and our group work here. So that will cover how I'm going to use that. Of course, you could use it how they design it, and I'll just put, either washi tape or stickers or something over the top to reset how I want to use that, or just put someone's name above there and leave it simple. I'm going to, this is for accounts. I definitely do not use that many online accounts for things, but I am going to have this as my place to list the classes and subscriptions that my kids that use online schooling. My children are enrolled in Kepler Education, which is an online teaching platform. So a group of teachers create their own classes. They all come together under Kepler as a classical Christian education, and you can choose by teacher what classes they take and learn, and their administrator's fantastic. The student advisor, he is really good about matching your kids up to teachers. I love that. So their information will go here. This, I'm going to change the accounts to a shopping list, and I'm going to just on here, I'm going to write down the item, if I have or need to borrow it, the source where I might need to buy it, and the price that I would need to have it with. So this just helps me know where books are and where I want to go to get things. Again, so here's a page for passwords, and I'll leave that because I do have a really hard time remembering passwords. This page, I'm not sure yet. I was going to have them remove it because I just really didn't need it, but I'm going to hang on to it because it wasn't really worth having her take one page out of the whole thing. And I figured I might decide there's a use for it some way, so I'm going to hang on to that. There are event trackers in here. We certainly are probably not going to be on all that many field trips, but I realized we do host a lot of events at our house, and we like to do some outreach things, even if it's delivering a meal or making cookies or something for someone. So I think I might just track that down and encourage us to be a little bit more outreach minded, and that'll be something fun to kind of fill in there. More event tracking. Again, I really don't need that many pages, so I will probably think a little bit about how to remake that, and super easy to do. Just put a different title at the top and figure out what kind of tracker you would use instead. Homeschool connections. I am not going to write that down here. I don't really think I would ever come to my planner to find someone's phone number or email, so I'm probably going to remake that, and I think I'm going to write down movies, podcasts, and YouTube channels that we watch or that I might want to watch to supplement some of our learnings. I really like to use YouTube videos, especially travel videos when we're learning geography, but of course there's always videos that you can use in movies to supplement learning topics and subjects. So I think I'll probably keep track of that there. Reading list, and that's helpful, of course, to keep track. I will primarily use this for what read alouds we're doing as groups and as a family. This is a really fun spread I've never done before. So what you do is you put the month up here, and then these are all the days, and you would write out what's going on in that month vertically instead of on a regular calendar grid. I haven't done that before, and I'm kind of excited about the thought of that, and then using highlighters and just sort of looking for where our breaks are and marking that out. I think this is going to be a fun thing for me to do, and just a new way to think about our year and how it groups together like that. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to enjoy that, I think. Something new. Term goals. This is designed for having your term split into 6 weeks. So you have 6 6-week terms, and that's exactly what we do. We have what we call Sabbath schooling. We do 6 weeks on, 1 week off. So I like this layout. This fits us well, and I haven't thought really about listing out our term goals in that way. I always know every 6 weeks we're taking a break, and I have a few things to prep, but this actually really gives me a great chance to sit down and go, what do I need to do before every term starts? What do I need to prep, and what do I really hope to accomplish? Because each term will have a little bit of different subject matter. So I like that this is designed like that, because it gives me the chance to really be more intentional about what I'm doing with those terms. Then we move into the schedule. This is really cute. I like the intentionality in it. I like that there are a few things here to be writing down, be thoughtful about, make it a bit creative. This is something I'm not using as an attendance chart. We don't need to keep track of the days in our state, but I am going to use it as a subject tracker. And I've used my sticky note up here to just start writing down what subjects I might put along the top up here to make mark what lesson number they've done, or if we just did it or not did it, and help me keep track of that each week, each day. We'll go and fill it in. So I think that will be helpful. This will be the month at a glance, so I can write down activities and how that relates. Over here on this side, I was thinking about maybe a weather tracker, writing down our top priorities, just putting the name of the month right here in a creative way. But then I realized I might like to do something the same as what I saw back here with the month. So repeat this idea with the numbers and just go down the side with my ruler, write the numbers like you see here, and then have a line each day for our gratitude list. I think that would be kind of fun. So I might do that and have the kids fill that in. We'll see. And then this will be each week the lessons. So I'll have the days. This is a little different than what I have been doing. Normally my days are up across the top. So this will be the days of the week down here, Monday through Friday, and then the subjects up here. And how I will use this is by reverse planning or tracking. So I'm going to write down each day on Monday what we do for that subject, and I write it down after it's done, and that's been helping me a lot with keeping up with kids. I'm actually keeping better track of what they are getting done and what they're not getting done. So that will be each week of the month, and then we start over with another month, and that is the bulk of the planner. Will be all of those pages there. You get to the end, and she has so then there's this tracking section. So there's a tracking page here similar to the one at the beginning of every month, except it's numbered for 12, and I've thought a little. I think I want to use this for a PE tracker for the high schooler I have that still needs PE credits. I think this will work well for writing down how many minutes or what activity she got done each month and tally that up for her transcript credits there. And I'm thinking about putting my students' names and their math scores for the year. I'm gonna have to think that through a little how I want to do that, but that's how I think I'll use that. And then this will be for our language, our Latin, and our narration score. So basically 2 sections there, just to have a little different place on keeping track of what they're getting done. Science, history, geography, evaluations, the end of term evaluations. That's what I was thinking about here. I might change that a little, but that's my initial setup. Budget page here, that will be helpful, but I don't need to. So I'm going to do a repeat of what I made in my planner for this year, which is called Letter Love, and it's just a way for us to keep track of each week who we're writing some snail mail letters to. That's been really fun, and I want to keep that up in our listing. The final thing is this review and reflect. This is a nice addition. I don't see that a lot in a lot of planners. So this is for Mom, and I can actually ask my kids if they want to help me fill this out, but this helps us go a year in review and just some reflection on how things went that year. We do school year round, but we take a month to a month and a half break or so in the summer, so I can have time to prep, and this will be fun to do during that. A photo collage, not sure how many photos can fit on there, but maybe just one nice one from the whole year. That would be fun. Then I have my journal pages, and my plan is at the end of every week, probably take about a half a page here and just write out my thoughts. Who's doing well, what scores they got, what we were keeping track of. I might go in here in their recitations, and I have a little scoring system I use, so I might track that here. But I just have this extra set of pages here that I wanted to set up so I had room to keep track of what we're doing and a place for writing. I like to do a lot of writing and a lot of keeping track of things, so it becomes that keepsake. And then there's a few blank pages in the back, and I am going to use these the same way I use the pages in the back of my current planner that I have here. And those are for my lesson plans. I take the pages and I set up the post-it notes in 6-week. Each square is a week, and I use that to plan out mini units and small units that I want to teach. So this is ready for me to plan out our health class and our garden unit, and I'll think that through for next year. I have this section here so I can work on some plans for making units, and usually those mini units are done with friends. We will invite a family or two to join us, and it's just a short interval, and that works pretty well. So kind of a pod schooling type thing. So that's the planner, and come to the back, it looks really pretty. I like that it's all assembled here, so when I want to write on it, I can have it lay flat, I can flip it around, and I've got it on my lap when we're working on our lessons, and I can record what we're doing as we do it, and then my kids can also come in and record what they're doing with the reverse planning. I'm excited about this. I am happy to have something ready to go so I can get my planning done for next year. And if you have questions, let me know. I went back to Amazon. They were back to $10, so I don't know if they'll go on sale again anytime soon. But even at $10, I think it's definitely worth the price. And if you didn't want to do the expedited printing, if you don't want to add in the extra pages, probably the binding would come down closer to like that $5 mark. So that's that. Have a great day, everybody. Enjoy your coffee. Break's done. Back to work.